Today is very auspicious day, RAMA EKADASI here in Slovenia. Our mat, Sri Chaitanya Gauriya mat, uses PM Bhakti Almanac, Bengali, which was used by Śrīla Bhaktivinoda Ṭhākur and Śrīla Bhakti Siddhānta Ṭhākur. So our Parangurudev also used and our Gurudev used. So according to this calculation, RAMA EKADASI in Slovenia is today. So Sri Chaitanya Mahāprabhu told and also showed by his own example that one has to give up all enjoyments, all sinful activities, with all good qualities, means with devotion, because according to Bhagavatam, one who has devotion to Supreme Lord, he has all good qualities. Others, if they have any good qualities but no devotion, it is like decoration on dead body. No use. No actual value of those. But one who has devotion, he has all good qualities. Also now during Kartik we are hearing Guna Nidhe, one who is endowed with all good qualities, one who is inclined to serve Krishna. So with all good qualities, that is with devotion, one has to do upavas, means one meaning fasting, another meaning is reside near Krishna. That is possible only through service. And one can do service if he is surrendered by Diksha, then he gets transcendental forum and he can serve in transcendental realm. But that is not so easy for everyone. So Krishna himself appeared in this world in the form of name. We are hearing now every day, Nam Namakari Bahuda Nija Sarva Shakti Strarpita. All potencies are in these many names and they are giving all eternal welfare. It means they have, Gurudev explained, they have no direct or indirect connection with this non-eternal material world. Otherwise, how they could give eternal welfare? And we heard in second verse, there are primary names and secondary names. So primary names like Krishna, Govinda, Gopinath, related to Bhagavan's Lila, they have all powers and they have no direct or indirect connection with this world. But secondary names like Paramatma, Brahma, Niyanta, Shrashta, means creator, all these names, they have relation with this world and not all potencies are in them, some partial potencies. So Krishna appeared in this world, Kali Kali Nam Rupe Krishna Avatar, Nam Hoite Hoi Sarva Jagata Nishtar. In Kali Yuga, Avatar is name, Krishna Nam. By this name, all living entities will be delivered. And Chaitanya Mahaprabhu with his own associates, he showed by example from early morning, they started congregational chanting of Harinam and did whole day and whole night. Punyavanta Shriva Sangana Shubharamba Utilo Kirtana Dvani Gopalamina Shri Hari Basare Hari Kirtana Vidhan Nritya Arambilo Prabhu Jagatero Pran Punyavanta Shriva Sangana Shubharamba Utilo Kirtana Dvani Gopal Govinda Hari O Ram Ram Hari O Ram Ram. On Ekadashi day, Mahaprabhu said, it is scripture and injunctions that one has to do Hari Kirtan. And he who is the life of the whole world, he started dancing. Shri Hari Vasare Hari Kirtana Vidhan Nritya Arambilo Prabhu Jagaterupran. He started dancing. Where? Punyavanta Shriva Sangane. Very pious courtyard of Srivas. Why? Because he is a devotee. That is why it is sacred. We just now sang this song. Jedino grihe bhajana dekhe, grihete goloka bhai. In that house, Bhaktivinoda Ṭhākur is saying, where I see bhajan. Bhajan means complete surrender to Krishna. This is his house. All relatives are his servants. I am his servant. Everything is for him. When bhajan is there, in that house, Goloka manifests. Goloka means where Krishna is the only enjoyer. All are to be enjoyed by him. That is point of Goloka. So that Goloka manifests in a house where there is bhajan. That was in Śrīva Sangha. And Punavanta Śrīla Sangha, Shubharambha, Utilo Kirtana, there it started. Utilo Kirtana Dvani, the Kirtan sound, vibration of Kirtan arose. Utilo Kirtana Dvani, Gopala Govinda. Hari O Ram Ram, Hari O Ram Ram. Hari and Ram Ram. Hari and Ram Ram. So Kirtan we have to do in EKADASI more, as much as possible. And we are hearing Śikṣāṣṭakam. Yesterday we heard 5th verse. We are eternal servants of Krishna, but not wanting to serve him, wanted to enjoy this Maya, we fell into this horrible, fearful world, ocean of worldly existence, and so many problems, all the time problems. And when one comes to know, he is reminded of his real identity by Guru and Shastra, then he will come to Krishna and pray for forgiveness and will pray to him, you accept me as your servant. Tabanittada samui toma pasoria poriachi babar nave maya baddha hoya kripa kori koro more pada dhuli sama tomar seva koron tomar sevono. I am your eternal servant, but forgot you. I fell into this world. Please be merciful. Engage your servant in your service. With prayer we have to come. Then Krishna, Gurudev said, Krishna is all merciful, he will give. Really, one who sincerely wants, he will get. And the point is, it is the right thing, proper thing, because we are his eternal servants. To desire some other separate enjoyments is wrong, because we are his servant. It is wrong, and it is not beneficial for us. We are depriving ourselves of real benefit, real life. We think if I will enjoy, then I will be benefited, but it is not so. I will be harmed. So those who are wise and moral and scrupulous, they have conscience, they know it is not right, those enjoyments, it is not right. I am a servant of Krishna, I should serve him. That is wrong. So they will completely engage themselves in the service of Krishna, and they only can be really happy. So then, 6th verse. Nayanam galatashru dharaya badanam gadgadarudaya gira pulakir nichitam bapu kada tabanama grahane bhavishyati. This is 6th verse of Śikṣāṣṭaka. What are the external symptoms of perfection? Translation: O Prabhu, when will my eyes be filled with a stream of tears? When will my voice choke up? And when will the hairs of my body stand erect in ecstasy as I chant your holy name? Bhaktivinoda Ṭhākur. In the 5 previous shlokas, the systematic development of Paramadharma has been described. Paramadharma refers to the unfolding of the eternal constitutional identity of the jiva, which takes place through the medium of Bhakti, predominated by the Hladini potency of the Lord. This systematic development, which begins with Shraddha, is described in Bhakti Rasamrita Sindhu. Ado Shraddha tato sadhu sango, tha bhajana kriya, tato narta nivriti syat, tato nishta ruchistata. Atha saktis tato bhavas tatah prema bhyudanchati sadhakanam ayam premnah pradur bhave bhavet krama. Rupa Goswami wrote. Faith leads one to associate with saintly persons. Sadhu Sangha. In their association, one begins to practice the 9-fold path of Bhakti, consisting of Shravan, Kirtan, Smaran, Padasevan, Bandhan, Dasya, Sakya, Atmanivedan. Full surrender of the self is Atmanivedan. By execution of these items, one attains self-realization, Atma Swarup, as a result of which all anarthas in the form of ignorance are destroyed. Thereafter, one attains Nishta, or steadiness, Ruchi, taste, Asakti, attachment for the Lord, and finally Bhava arises. Upon the attainment of Bhava, Bhakti attains to its pure identity, which is now unbreakable. Bhava is also called Rati. It is regarded as the ankur or sprout of Prema. Prema is the fully blossomed state of Bhakti. Of the various sanghas of Bhakti, such as Shravan and Kirtan, practiced in the stage of sadhana Bhakti, Shri Krishna Nama Sankirtan in particular becomes intensified in the stage of Bhava Bhakti. Because that time you are in pure consciousness. So this taste is so much there. Like I heard from Srila Bhakti Vibhuti Buddha and Gosai Maharaj in Vienna. He said, I don't know why people don't wake up early and chant. Early in the morning, there is so much taste in chanting. I don't know how people, they don't want to wake up early and chant. So much taste, I don't understand. In the stage of Bhava, further, the following 9 symptoms, Anubhavas, become manifest, as described in Bhakti Rasamrita Sindhu. Kshantir avyarta kalatvam, viraktir mana shunyata, asha bandha samutkanta nama gane sadaruchi, asaktis tad gunakyane pritis tad vasati stale, ityadayo nubhava syur jata bhavankure jane. First, the symptoms all are naturally there. Kshanti. Even though a cause for agitation may be present, the devotee's heart remains unagitated. like Durvasa attacked Ambarish Maharaj, but he was not agitated. Or Prahlad also, father wanted to kill, like Haridas Ṭhākur also. That Kshanti is this. Another meaning of Kshanti is forgiveness. Devotees on Bhava stage, they are always forgiving. They are not revengeful or keep grudge to anyone or hostile mentality. Like Haridas Ṭhākur, he was praying for them, for their welfare. Though they were trying to kill him, but he was praying for them. Forgiveness. I heard from Śrīla Brihad Bharati Maharaj, forgiveness. Once in Calcutta he told me, because devotees, they know it happened by the will of Krishna. So they are not blaming or having hostile mentality to that person. And another thing is, when you see oneness of everything, this recently he told on Zoom, when you see oneness of everyone, like all are connected to Krishna, there is oneness, Krishna and all his energies, so it is one. So he said, if sometime teeth by mistake bite the tongue, because they are of the same body, there is forgiveness. There is no hostile mentality of the tongue to teeth of same body. Like that, when one sees, and another one example, he said, but this you have to come to that platform to understand. Then to your own person or that organic whole, you cannot have any hatred to anyone. And if there is any mistake, always forgiving. Because of seeing that oneness. But unless you see it, then artificially you may say, I forgive you, but inside you will keep grudge and revengeful mentality. So this is first. Second, avyarta kalatva. A devotee does not waste time in activities that are not directed toward the cultivation of bhakti. Like speaking prajalpa, so much time goes in this, and they never want to waste time. Only they want to be always engaged in the service of Krishna. Virakti, detachment from the objects of sense enjoyment. Mana shunyata, pridelessness. Asha bandha, a firm hope of attaining Bhagavan, firm faith they have. Bhagavan is all merciful, surely he will grace. They have no doubts and they are patient. They never become discouraged because already they are in connection with him, so always that hope is there, always optimistic. Utkanta, intense longing for the Lord. We are hearing this. Bhamyot kanta, mugdha bhavo lila. Utkanta means intense longing for the Lord. A great eagerness to get contact, but generally that will remove, our Gurudev told there in Radha Kund, it will remove restlessness, but here it is specially that they become more restless. But this is transcendental emotion. Then nama gana sadaruchi, ever relishing a strong taste to chant the holy name. Whole time they are chanting. Asakti stad gunakyane, attachment for hearing and chanting the qualities of Bhagavan. Like Gurudev told, as fish cannot remain alive outside of water, like that, devotee who has a relation with Krishna cannot remain without Shravan and Kirtan of Krishna. Cannot. He will always hear and speak about Krishna, naturally. And 9, Pritistad Vasati Stale, love for the places where the Lord enacted his transcendental pastimes. They will stay in such a place, in holy Dham, or in that place where devotees they are singing his name, or where there is bhajan in such house. They will always like to stay in such places, connected with Krishna Lila. Our Gurudev also told, when they wanted to take him to Barcelona for some interreligious meeting there, then Gurudev asked, where will I stay there? I don't like these hotels and these things. If there is any devotee's house, he may be poor, no problem. Comfort is not, but it must be a devotee's house, then I can stay. Otherwise, I don't want to go for that thing, like in beach and hotels and all enjoyment. No. House of a devotee is suitable. Yes, Gurudev said that is suitable for us, not any other place. And you know that Raghava Goswami from South India, he could not remain in South India. He came to Brajadham, and constantly he was doing parikrama, not only 1 month, Kartik month. Continuously he was going from one place to another in Brajadham. So he knew all the places, even those which are not easily reachable. He knew everything. So when Narottam, Ṭhākur and Srinivas came, they took his shelter to do parikrama. There were only 3 doing parikrama, but all the time in ecstatical symptoms. Because love for the places, we think I will go if I get nice room, AC, toilet, attached bathroom, and then all this. But they are not thinking about this. They are thinking, I want to go to the place where Krishna performed his pastime. That is their thinking. And they are fully ecstatical. Then Bhava Bhakti is described in the Bhakti Rasamrita Sindhu. Shuddha Sattva Visheshatma Prema Surjangshu Samyavak Ruchibhishchita Masrinya Krit Aso Bhava Uchate. When the heart becomes melted by Ruchi, or in other words, an intense longing to attain the Lord, then what was previously sadhana bhakti is called bhava bhakti. From asakti you come to bhava bhakti. Up to asakti it is sadhana bhakti. Then it transforms into bhava bhakti, when this extreme longing comes. Intense longing. The primary characteristic of bhava is that it is a phenomena constituted entirely of Vishuddha Sattva. Vishuddha Sattva is the self-revealing agency of the Chit Shakti, comprised of Hladini, Sandini and Sambit, through which the Lord and his paraphernalia are revealed to the devotees. Shiva told there in 4th canto, our Gurudev used to say, on Adivasas, before Janmashtami or Guru Purnima, that Supreme Lord can appear only on in Vishuddha Sattva platform, transcendental platform. So we have to sanctify our heart. Lord and his paraphernalia, they are revealed when one comes to that Vishuddha Sattva, pure transcendental, that we also heard in this Kartik handbook, in Introduction to Bhajan Rahasya. When one comes to that platform, being fully liberated from gross and subtle bodies and has direct contact with the object of worship, then bhajan starts. Before it is archan. Bhajan is that time. When, and on 6th verse, that is bhava, one will really realize his siddhadeha or swarup, realized state. In asakti, there will be some glimpse, some revelation, so that you can practice. But attainment will be on bhava stage. Then you can say that you attained swarup. But if before you pose that I have attained, that now I am manjari, just because you accepted like Siddha Pranali and it is revealed to you that you are this manjari or that does not mean you attained that. You have to practice to attain that. But some think, or sahaja, some with misconception, they think, no, that is given, so now I am that. So it is not like that. That is why Bhaktivinoda Ṭhākur is saying, if someone poses to attain that, but there is no spiritual current, spiritual shakti from within, then it will be cause of disaster. His mind will become spoiled. Like there were some cases, someone got this information that he is a peacock in Vrindavan from some sahaja. Then he started to run around imitating as he's a peacock, but in this male body. That is not like that. Or some are dressing as a gopis like this, or some is thinking within, I am that, I am superior. So then intelligence will be spoiled and there will be some problems. But if someone accepts gradual procedure given by pure devotee, then he can get that gradually, realize the state. On bhava stage it will be, you will get it. This means that bhava is completely beyond the influence of material nature. And as such, it is compared to a ray or kiran of the sun of Prema Bhakti. Prema Bhakti is sun, this is, bhava is one ray only. The conclusion established by the above verse is that bhava bhakti or rati is the sprout of prema and an atom of prema. This fact is further established by the following two verses from Bhaktir Samrita Sindhu. The first verse is quoted from the Tantra and the second from the Padma Puran. Premnastu pratham avastha bhava iti abhidhiyate sattvika svalpa matra syur atrashru pulakadaya dhyayam bhagavatah padambuja jugam tada ishad vikriyamanatma sardra drishtir abhut aso. In its initial stage, prema is called bhava. In that stage, various transformations of ecstasy arising from Vishuddha Sattva, such as tears, hairs of the body standing on end, and so on, are observed to a very slight extent. Because such symptoms arise from Vishuddha Sattva, they are known as Sattvika Bhavas. In the stage of Bhava, while meditating on the lotus feet of Bhagavan, the heart melts and tears begin to flow from the eyes. According to this statement, the Anubhavas and Sattvika Bhavas, which manifest very powerfully in the stage of Prema, are visible to a slight extent in the stage of Bhava. Like you have heard, when Haridas Ṭhākur was in that place, maybe Benapur, no, that was later on, in some place, then one snake charmer was with flute and this was controlling the snake, and he was also chanting Kaliya Daman Lila from Bhagavatam, subduing of Kaliya. So when Haridas Ṭhākur heard that, he got this ecstatical symptoms, tears and rolling on the ground, and all people, they were affected by that emotion, transcendental, and they gave him respect and took dust from his feet, prayed for his grace. Then another one, crooked person, he thought Haridas Ṭhākur is a Muslim. Why people they are giving so much respect to him? I am a Brahmin. I can also do this. Then he started to imitate those symptoms, but they start to beat him. And that snake charmer, he beat him. Because he knew he's an imposter, hypocrite. And someone asked our Gurudev how they could understand, even ordinary people, they could understand that he's imitator. Then Gurudev said, it's common sense. The common sense that everyone can know is a hypocrite. And also because they felt that vibration from Haridas Ṭhākur, but from this there was no such a vibration, only external show. Yes. And you also heard when Srivas Pandit came to hear Bhagavatam from Devananda Pandit. When he heard Bhagavatam verses, he got these symptoms automatically, hearing Bhagavatam. So they are naturally appearing, not artificially. The external transformations or symptoms which illustrate the emotions that are experienced within the heart are called Anubhavas. The Anubhavas are 13 in number as described in Bhakti Rasamrita Sindhu. 1 second. Here it was mentioned that 2 verses, but I see only 1. But this version is from I bought it in 1999, but it was made, yes, in 1994. No, in 1997. So I want to see if in later version same or wait 1 second. I don't want to miss any. Any part of Srila Bhaktivinoda Thakur's commentary. Anubhavas. No, it is same. 2 verses. Yes, it is. There, here they are written together, and it looks like only 1 verse, but in new version, they put, yes, separately. It is more clear, yes. Premnastu pratamasta satikasa matrasyuradasha pulakadaya dhyayam bhagavat padam. Yes, it was right, but here in this version which I have, it looked like 1 verse, but there they little separated. So it is correct. So the Anubhavas are 13 in number as described in Bhakti Rasamrita. Yes. The external transformations or symptoms which illustrate the emotions that are experienced within the heart. These emotions are experienced within the heart. This only appears to as a symptoms outside, but it is not that you feel in the body or by the body. You feel in your Atma that happiness and those transformations. That only comes out as a symptom. The Anubhavas are 13 in number as described in Bhakti Rasamrita Sindhu. Nrityam vilutitam gitam kroshanam tanu motanam hunkaro jirim bhanam svasa bhuma lokana pekshita lala sravo ta hasascha gurna hikadayo picha. Dancing, rolling on the ground, singing, loud crying, writhing of the body, writhing of the body, breathing or right, I don't know, hunkaro, roaring, yawning, breathing heavily, neglecting others, drooling, loud laughter, staggering about, and a fit of hiccups. These are all 13 anubhavas. They appear when one feels inside that transcendental ecstasy. There's transformation. This will appear outside. The sattvika bhavas or transformations of ecstasy arising from Vishuddha Sattva are 8 in number as described in Bhakti Rasamrita Sindhu. Te stamba sveda romancha svara bhedo tha vipatu vaivarnyam ashru pralaya iti ashto sattvika smrita. We are singing this in 6th Śikṣāṣṭaka song. Bibarna sharire hara ubogyan nama samashre dharvuparan. Example. There are 8. Becoming stunned, perspiration, standing of hairs on end, faltering of the voice, trembling, loss of color, tears, and all activity is arrested and one loses consciousness. Losing consciousness with paleness of body is in that song. Out of all these symptoms, dancing, singing, tears, standing of hairs on end, and faltering of the voice are especially observed in the stage of bhava. The crest jewel of instructors, Sri Chaitanya Mahāprabhu, has indicated the condition of bhava while speaking in this way. O Krishna, O Nandanandan, when will streams of tears flow from my eyes while chanting your holy name? When will my throat become choked up due to a faltering voice? And when will the hairs of my body stand on end due to ecstasy? O Nath, please be merciful so that all these symptoms will arise in me as soon as possible while chanting your holy name. Bhaktivinoda Ṭhākur also prayed in that song we are singing. Dino doyamoy karuna nidan, bhava bindu dei rakoho paran. You are all merciful, Supreme Lord. It is true, because of my offenses, there is no transformation when I chant your name. So in desperation, I am calling you. Otasha hoye hori, tava nama ucha kore. I am calling you. Boro dukhe daki barbar. In great distress, I am calling you again and again. Oh, Dino Doyama, you are all merciful to the fallen. Dino Doyama, Karuna Nidan. Storehouse of mercy. Bhav bindu diya rakoho paran. Bhava bindu dei rakoho. You give me only one drop of bhav. And in this way, save my life. Without that, I cannot live. Without that transcendental ecstasy. Then Srila Bhakti Siddhānta, this was the end of commentary by Srila Bhaktivinoda Ṭhākur and Srila Bhaktisiddhanta Saraswatī Ṭhākur. When will tears stream from my eyes, my voice falter, and the hair on my body stand on end as I call your name? This is translation of the verse. Then commentary. O beloved of the gopis, when, while chanting your name, will streams of tears flow from these gopis' eyes? When will I stammer and my voice falter? When I become enraptured and the hair on my body stand on end? This is an example of example of a prayer of ardent longing. So why here Prabhupada is telling, O beloved of the gopis, means Gopinath or Gopijana Vallabha, and then tears will flow from these gopis' eyes, because by realization he knows that on the stage of bhava you are situated in your real self. So it is natural that time you will see or feel like this. You will be realized in your Swarup. So there it is in Bhajan Rahasya, the Pancham Shlokete Nija Siddha Dekho Goro, Oi Shloke Siddha Dekhe Radha Padashra. You have to take shelter of Radha. Then Gurudev said, our Guru Vargas, they want to give this service. Manjari Bhav means maid servant of Radharani. So if you want what they want to give, you can get. But it is not that all will want, according to one's rasa. But our Guru Varga, they appeared to give this. So here, Prabhupada is, by his own example, he is telling, when will tears come from these gopis' eyes? Oh, Gopijana Vallabha, beloved of the gopis. This is an example of a prayer of ardent longing. Kadaham yamuna tire namani tava kirtayan ud bashpah pundarikaksha rachayishyami tandavam. From Narad Pancharatra. O lotus-eyed one, when will I dance on the bank of the Jamuna, chanting your names as tears pour from my eyes? This verse is worthy of discussion in this regard. In the secondary names of Krishna, there is no opportunity for complete chanting of the name in divine love. Prema Nama Sankirtan. There is, with Paramatma, there is no Prema Nama Sankirtan, no opportunity. Therefore, Sri Gaura Sundar has said, Shrutam api upanishadam dure harikatamritat yanna santi drava chitta kampakashru pulakadaya. The Brahma not four-headed Brahma, but Brahma as Brahman, or supreme, or greatest. The Brahma in the Upanishads is far from having connection with the nectar of discussion of Hari, where melting of the heart, trembling, crying, horripilation, and so on are observed. In Vedanta Sutra it starts, Atato Brahma Jigyasa. Now it is time to inquire into Brahma, supreme. But Vyasadeva was not satisfied, even after writing Vedanta Sutra. Only when he wrote Bhagavatam, he was satisfied. There is Harikatamrita. So Mahaprabhu told to his followers, you hear Bhagavatam. There is no time. You hear Bhagavatam, you will get everything. Everything is there. And all the Goswamis, all the books are based on the evidence from Bhagavatam. And Chaitanya Charitamrita also. So for Gauriyas, this is the Shastra. They also know and read others, as I told, but that is not necessary for all. It is necessary for those who will have to help others to come to proper Siddhānta of Bhagavatam, to refute Mayavad and other things. The emotions of persons who have naturally watery eyes and are fond of pseudo-ecstasy have not been described in this verse. Like some are too much emotional, so little something happens, immediately they start to cry. So that type of is not meant here. These are transcendental emotions, not material emotions, and someone is very loose in emotions, this material. Rather, it is only when the pure Jivatma becomes intent upon the service of Krishna that their favorable mind and gross body and limbs do not stand in opposition to their eternal nature. So when one Jiva is completely surrendered, then mind and body, they will also assist or follow in the service of Krishna. So in that person, the devotee, when these symptoms will appear, that will be transcendental. Therefore, melting of the heart and sentimental and bodily transformations are seen only in pure devotees of Bhagavan who are free from anarthas. The behavior of persons with soft faith who cheat the public by deceitfully making a show of sentimental and bodily transformations in imitation of advanced devotees is antithetical to pure bhakti. Means it is not favorable, it is contrary to pure bhakti. So that is for some other purpose, to get name and fame, like that Brahmin, to show this or say I am realized, so for name and fame. But there is no service of Krishna. But when one is unconditionally engaged in the service of Krishna, there is no any other desire. And he is realized in his eternal real self in relation to Krishna, and all these symptoms are there. No agitation, always taste for chanting, or love for places. All those symptoms are there, and realization of your real self, I am Gopi. Then, when he will chant Harinam for Krishna satisfaction, then these symptoms will be natural. So this is the 6th verse. Tomorrow we'll start 7th verse.